But the larger question being asked by so many around the world is, why is Donald Trump interested in Greenland at all? Well, rare earths, critical minerals is certainly something that Greenland is rich in. But as far as the larger point that's been raised, that the US needs Greenland to create its Golden Dome, its missile defense system, that's something which many don't buy, simply because America already has military bases here in Greenland, and there's nothing really stopping them from having more. What is the strategic significance of Greenland, therefore? Is it its geographic locality, the fact that it is in a very strategically important area? Is it critical minerals? What else? We have this story.
Greenland is a long island surrounded by a fringe of smaller islands. It lies between the Atlantic and the Arctic Oceans of the northeast coast of America. 100 years ago, 86% of its 2 million square kilometer area used to be under an ice cap. A century later, the ice cap covers 80% and continues to decrease. Slowly revealing what lies underneath, because therein also lies the true value of this cold, nearly barren but massive island stuck between the old world and the new. Geographically, Greenland is part of the North American continent, but politically and culturally, it is European. In 1721, a Danish-Norwegian started a settlement near what is now Greenland's capital, Nuuk. In 1776, Denmark established sovereignty over Greenland, and it remained a Danish colony till 1953, when it became a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. In 1979, Greenland gained home rule. In 1983, it left the then European Community. The Greenland Self-Government Act, ratified by the Danish Parliament in 2009, set out a process for Greenland to gain independence, requiring consent from Greenland's parliament and its people in a referendum, with independence terms to be negotiated with Denmark. No framework exists on the buying and selling of Greenland.
The acquisition of Greenland by the United States is not a new idea. This is something that presidents dating back to the 1800s have said is advantageous for America's national security. The president has been very open and clear with all of you and with the world that he views it in the best interest of the United States to deter Russian and Chinese aggression in the Arctic region. And so that's why his team is currently talking about what a potential purchase would look like.
Greenland is an area of great strategic value due to its size and position, situated as it is between North America, Europe, and Russia. Since the Second World War, Greenland has been integrated into US early warning systems. The US Thule Air Base, renamed Pitufik Space Base, halfway between New York and Moscow, is part of their missile defense shield. After the war in 1946, the United States made a takeover offer of $100 million gold. This was rejected by Denmark.
I believe in democracy and I believe in the international rules. Of course, I also believe that you do not change borders by force, either one way or another. It is not only the position of Denmark and the Danish kingdom, fortunately, of Europe too. So I hope that the people will also take note of the once again significant European support that we are receiving.
Greenland is practically uninhabitable. Humans live along the coast, mostly to the west and south of the island. The entire population of this massive island is around 57,000, nearly all of them of Inuit ethnicity. Greenland has no industry, there is no road network, and most supplies arrive by air and sea. 90% of its exports come from fishing. Denmark subsidizes around 60% of Greenland's budget, which accounts for 25 to 30% of its GDP. Greenland is eyed by Russia and China for its potential. In 2016, it came to light that the main shareholder of an Australian mining company in Greenland was Chinese. By 2020, close to 20% of Greenland's exports were to China. Melting land and sea ice is making Greenland's rich mineral and hydrocarbon deposits more accessible. Greenland has large deposits of rare earth elements. Estimates put them at 10% of the entire world's total. Copper and cryolite have been mined in Greenland since the mid-19th century. In the 20th century, zinc, lead and silver were also mined. Coal mining began in 1906. Uranium was discovered in 1956. The 1970s saw the start of offshore oil and gas exploration. Significant offshore oil and gas reserves are estimated to lie to the northeast and northwest of Greenland. No wonder then that outsiders want an insight into Greenland. It has also been an attraction for flamboyant, convicted felons. In fact, that is how it got its name. Around 1,000 years ago, Eric the Red, an Icelandic murderer who was exiled to the island, called it Greenland. He hoped that the name would attract settlers. A millennium later, Greenland, as white as it has been for 2.5 million years, continues to attract not settlers, but profiteers of the world.
This is Vishnu Shom here in Nuuk, Greenland. We are the only Indian journalists over here reporting on a story which has made international headlines. The people we speak to in Greenland about the present situation with Donald Trump say that the situation is almost unbelievable. Even if Donald Trump has come down from his earlier position, people here do not want to be bought by the Americans. Their sovereignty, their identity, their nationality, they say, is not for sale. I decided it's important to come over here to Nuuk in Greenland to get an idea of what local experts and journalists and people in the area actually have to say. We will get you the real story. What's the situation on the ground? That's what NDTV will be reporting on.